In this video, I'm going to show you how to use this template, which you can get off of our course page. Save it for yourself. Make sure you name it your name when you save it. And I'm going to show you how to crop an image into 2-inch square and then place it into the grid that we have created already here. So the first thing you're going to do is find a photograph, go up to Image, and then Image Size. Make sure that the resolution is 300, and then I'm going to bring the width down on this to about 8 and say OK. Bring my image back up here, and then I'm going to grab this nice yellow and green color by cropping it into a square. So I have up in the options bar already a 1-to-1 square, and I really just want to capture a certain area. So you can see now my little white width and height reader is going down to, I'm going to bring it down as close to 2 inches as I possibly can, right about there. There we go. And I want to have the yellow and green portion of the photograph. So I'm going to bring it right down to here, and I'm going to capture that little section. And now I have to select this and select all. And then I'm going to edit, copy, or Command C. And I'm going to go over to my artboard, and I'm going to Command V or edit paste. Go back and grab your move tool and move it to the section you want it to be in. And there is one way to crop a square so that you capture the 2-inch space that you want. What if I really want the whole picture pretty much that is the square? So I want to show you how to do that next. So I'm going to go over to this image right here, and I'd like to get a really large section of this part of the green. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my crop tool, and you can see what I've captured so far, and I want to move it down, and I really want the large portion of this whole image. So I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to go ahead and select it with my selection tool, and then again Command C or edit copy, and I'm going to go back over to the artboard, and I'm going to paste it into place. Now you can see how large it is, and I also want you to notice that every time you put a new picture in here, you're going to grab a new layer. So now I have to really edit the size. Grab your move tool, edit, transform, scale. And now I have a bounding box, and if I hit the shift key at the same time I make this image smaller, I can go ahead and move it where I want it to go, and I can fit it right into space. There we go. So in these two different ways of cropping something to fit into a square, in this one I cropped it to a 2-inch square, in this one I cropped it into 1-to-1 square, and then copied the square and pasted it into the grid. So there's another thing that you can do. What if you want to crop all your images at once and place them into a folder? If you have done that and you want to now place them into the grid, you would go to File, Place Embed, and this is the folder where I saved mine, and here's Grape Square that I've already cropped, and I'm going to place it into the square, and you can see it's very large. It's cropped into a square, but not a 2x2 square. So it's just another view that I took of the grapes, and you can go ahead and make that smaller. And then make sure that you end the action. And you can see here now I have 3 different squares completed. What if I wanted to move this square? I have to make sure that I'm on the layer and I can move it wherever I want it to go. You can sometimes Photoshop will work where if you select it, the square you want to move, the layer will become selected. So just make sure the layer is selected when you want to move it, and then you can move it wherever you want it to go. So crop your images, make sure they fit into the squares that you want them to fit into, either by cropping them as a 2x2 or fitting them into a square, cropping them into a square first, and then use Edit Transform Scale.